Hello everyone, this is Nudge, and this is game number 3. And I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to do this, because this is going to be the hardest one so far. So this is the
Loopz. Select your game.
Yep, the Loopz by Mattel from 2009, I think. It's very innovative. It's full of features, it's full of stuff, but it's also really hard for me to actually get this right because I'm still learning on many things about it. I do find it very fascinating for many reasons, one of which is the very well done voices, very well done speech patterns, and the other is the music, which is very similar to MIDI. It's not actual digital file. Well, they're digital files, but like not entire files. They're MIDI files almost, because you can. Well, you'll see. It's very hard to explain how it looks, to be honest. If you don't have one, I would never be able to explain, and of course I wouldn't have really gotten to find out what it's like until Daniel gave me this. All I know is there's different spaces, like it's supposed to be played standing up, so it has like a standing part. That's where 4 AA batteries go, by the way. 4 AA's in the configuration of 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. And then when it's standing up, it's weird because there's a plastic part that goes downwards into one section, which are the top 2 loops, and then there's a bottom section with 2 other loops at the bottom, and you have to use these to control the game. And on the side facing you, in the middle, there's a thing that says Loopz, with a Z, by the way. It's called Z. It has a Z at the end of it. In that little circle in the middle. And then you have 2 buttons at the bottom. There's one that's a little bigger and triangle-shaped. And there's one that's a little smaller that just has a dot on it, which turns it on and off. And the triangle-shaped button is used for going back to the main menu, as well as if you hold it, it changes volume. Toggles between the different volume options. So the first thing I'm going to do when this turns on is change the volume. So I'm going to press the button.
Loopz. Select your game.
And we're going to be with the select your game screen. You can reset this by pressing the button on its own, and if you hold it, you get
Volume 4. Volume 5.
Volume 5. Okay. So, the select your game, or any menu in this game works like this. You're supposed to use the top 2 left and right loops to change your selection, to go between the different games, for example.
Repeat the beat. Music Studio.
I'll start with Music Studio, and to select, you press either of the bottom 2 loops, or you don't press, you wave your hand on them, if that makes sense.
Music Studio. Select your instrument.
Select your instrument. So now it's going to ask you for what instrument you want. I'm going to go with this. Select.
Ready, go.
Ready, go. And this is basically, you get to play piano. Here are the different notes you can use. This is going to be useful for Repeat the Beat, which we're going to come to next, as well as Versus Mode, which is a 2-player game, very similar to Repeat the Beat, except you do it yourself. Anyway, here's the notes. The top left is a C. Top right is a D. Bottom left is an E. Bottom right is an F. Now, this is where it gets interesting. You start going 2 loops at a time. Top left, top right, G. Top left, bottom left, that's an A. Top left, bottom right is a B. Bottom left, top right is a C. Bottom right, top right is a high D. I'm trying to do There you go. And bottom left, bottom right is a high E. This is very hard for me to do, by the way. Because this is actually supposed to come with a stand that, like, props it up, but I'm just making it stand on the carpet, like, very close to me. Come on. There. So it's very hard for me to get the double loops right almost all the time, but I'll get there at some point.
Select your game.
So let's test out our note skills. To do that, I'm going to use
Repeat the beat.
Repeat the Beat. This has 3 different levels, and depending on which level you are on, it has more double loops to go through. Let's go.
Repeat the beat. Level 1. Ready, go.
Sounds are chosen randomly. You just get a sequence that changes. Every level is 10 points. You have to beat 10. It also gets faster. You can also hold it for as long as you want. Like this. Okay, done.
Nice move. Level 2. Ready, go.
Level 2. This is a little bit harder. Oh, not yet. There's gonna be doubles in a bit. Yep. Oh god, what's that? Yes. Yes. Okay, one more. Okay. Yes, got it.
Nice move.
Level 3.
3. Ready, go.
Oh, what's that? This one doesn't actually... It doesn't let you loop. This one doesn't loop.
Keep trying.
No! This one I
Keep
hate.
trying.
Oh, I can't even get to it. Come on. Yes! You have 3 lives.
Game
No.
over. You scored platinum level 1. Select your game.
Game over. Platinum level 1. The way the scoring works is... you start from silver, level 1, and each thing with silver, gold, and platinum, they have 5 tiers. So after you pass silver level 5, you get up to gold level 1, and I just got to platinum level 1. I've actually gotten 9 out of 10 sequences in Repeat the Beat level 3 correct before, but I don't think I'm going to do that anytime soon again.
Rhythm and flow.
There's a few that I can't play. Rhythm and Flow is a completely visual one.
Repeat the beat. Rhythm and flow. Versus mode.
Versus mode is... Let me show you real quick.
Versus mode. Player 1. Ready, go.
So you make up a sequence. You start with... like
Player
that.
2. Player 1. Player 2. Player 1. Player 2. Player 2. Keep trying. Player 2.
Oh.
Keep trying. Player 1 wins 5 hits. Nice moves. Select your game.
5 hits, okay. So apparently this can go on forever if you really wanted to. You can make it play any number you wanted, but of course there's the issue of background music. So there's that. By the way, if you finish a game and you don't press the button to go back to the select your game thing, you can press the select the bottom 2 loops, and it will restart the same game you were on. It saves your last position.
Reflex Master.
Reflex Master. Let's see. I'm gonna get back to that.
Musicology.
Musicology.
Freestyle DJ.
And then
Music
Freestyle
Studio.
DJ. Okay.
Freestyle
Let's
DJ.
do Reflex Master next, actually.
Reflex Master.
I'm gonna go in order. This one you can have more players.
Reflex Master. Select
Let me
players.
show you something you can do by
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 player, 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, 1 player,
Yeah, if you let the music loop and you're in the player menu,
2, 3, 4, 1 player.
it does that. It doesn't play the music anymore. I'm going to explain...
Level 1. Ready, go.
I'm going to explain how this works. So, in Reflex Master, it's mostly visual, but there is a certain kind of pattern to it. So the way it works is you have to capture all 4 loops, if that makes sense. At least in level 1, you have to capture all the patterns stay the same, or as far as I can tell, they don't change loops. They're gonna stay exactly the same, and you're just gonna have to find which loop it wants you to do. So you keep pressing the different loops, and you keep getting because you got them wrong. But basically, at least for level 1, what it does is everything is in sets of 4. So if you've pressed the top left and you got it right, then you press the top right, it's not the right one, press bottom right, it is, then you know that the next 2 are either going to be top right and bottom left, or the other way around, if that makes sense. So you keep doing that, and every 4 loops, you start again, get every sequence that you possibly can get. Every 10 hits, it says air, which lets you keep track, and the music, after a while, the music speeds up. If you get over 30 hits in level 1, you move on to level 2, where there's going to be double loops. Now, what tells you that double loops actually exist and how double loops work is whenever you encounter a part of a double loop, you have a little bit of a delay right before it gives you the for when you got it wrong. If there's a little bit of a delay, you know that you got one of those loops right, so you have to do a double that contains one of those loops, if that makes sense. If you just get a normal that means either it's a single combination or that is not a part of the double loop. I hope that made sense. I'm going to start, and my high score right now is 64, I think.
Select repeat rhythm versus mode. Reflex. 1.
Let's
Level
see.
1. Ready, go. Nice moves. 52 hits.
Yeah.
Level 2. Ready, go.
I hate the top two and bottom,
You can do better than that.
the
Try again. You
top right
scored
and bottom right.
75 hits.
Whoa,
Select the game.
75? Okay, 75. Interesting. To pass this, you have to have at least 40 hits on level 2, which is basically impossible. Or at least for my current level it is. My least favorite loops to do are the top left, bottom left, and top right, bottom right, especially because it's not sitting on the stand. Let's do it one more time.
Reflex Master 1. Player. Level 1. Ready, go.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
Way to go. 46 hits.
Not that bad,
Level
actually.
2. Ready, go. Better than that. Try again. You scored 75 hits. Select
75 again. Cool. Okay. So, that's a new high score. Now, last game that actually has a score, which is basically... It's very tempting, but it's also really hard, is...
Musicology.
Musicology. Because... the way it works is it builds up a part of a freestyle DJ track, one of those tracks that you're going to be seeing in the freestyle DJ section. It builds it up piece by piece, so it starts with the drums, then it has the DJ sounds, then it has a few instruments. Problem is, those instrument notes that you get, you may think those are just normal notes. No, they're not. They're using different notes that light up the loops, so for those who are visual... who can actually see it, it's much easier. And then the drums are completely random. Like, completely random. Or maybe it depends on the track, I'm not sure. But let me show you how this works.
Musicology. Level 1. Ready? Follow this.
Oh god, three different sounds.
Keep trying.
That's not the right one. These are all single loops, by the way.
Keep trying.
No.
Too quick for you, huh? Keep trying.
I picked the 3 that were actually not the right one. You have 3 lives for every stage. You get them back every time.
Musicology.
Try again.
Level 1. Ready? Follow this.
Okay.
Whoa! Try again. Nice.
Got it.
Check this.
Okay, that's all you get. And then it cuts off.
Follow this.
Oh, it actually doesn't have any DJ sounds, apparently.
Keep trying.
Oh, what?
Keep trying.
Oh, I see. So it's top right, bottom left, and top right.
Sweet. Check this.
Oh, this is a new track or something that I don't know of.
Follow this. Keep trying.
Oh, what?
Smooth. Check
I think
this.
I'm starting to get this. Oh, no, I know what this is, okay.
Follow this. Nice. Check this.
Okay. Oh, cool. It's actually a air and DJ
Follow
sounds.
this.
I don't think that's supposed to happen. I don't think...
Don't give up. You did it. Check this.
I think there's something wrong with the samples. I don't know. It doesn't sound right. Cool.
Level 2. Ready? Follow this.
Now, this is where it gets really hard.
Whoa, try again. Whoa, try again.
Okay, please be the right one.
Whoa,
No.
try again. Keep trying. Select your game.
And it just kicks you out. So, I completed level 1 at least. Now, at this point is where it starts doing multiple loops at the same time, and for some reason, that last track actually didn't have any DJ sounds. I'm gonna go and play it one more time to show you how hard it can be, because the second stage is mostly always DJ sounds.
Musicology.
Level 1.
Ready? Follow this. Whoa, try again. Keep trying.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Too quick for you, huh? Keep trying.
You have a
Select your
very
game.
small chance of actually getting this right.
Musicology. Level 1. Ready? Follow this. Don't give up.
Nope.
Don't give up.
Nope.
Too quick for you, huh? Keep trying.
I
Select
swear.
your game. Musicology. Level 1. Ready? Follow this.
Okay.
Whoa, try again. Keep trying.
What? Please be the right one.
Too quick for you, huh?
No.
Keep trying.
There's a
Musicology.
50-50
Level
chance
1.
that you get it
Ready?
right.
Follow this.
And what makes this really hard is even though it's the same sound, it's not the same position.
Keep trying. Try again. Keep trying.
Come on.
Musicology. Level 1. Ready? Follow this. Whoa, try again. Sweet.
Ooh,
Check this.
okay. There's gonna be DJ tracks in this one. Follow this. Oh, never mind. There's more drum tracks apparently. We actually got that right.
Check this.
Wow.
Follow this.
What?
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Oh. Apparently it's
Nice.
different.
Check
It's a different
this.
key.
Follow this.
Okay.
Keep trying.
No. Do, 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 do.
Sweet. Check this.
Yeah, I know what this is. And follow this.
You did it.
Good.
Check this.
So as you can hear, the tracks build up one by one. Okay. Level 2.
Ready? Follow this. Keep trying. Keep trying. Too quick for you. Keep trying. Select your game.
Okay. So, that was musicology. And now finally we have Freestyle DJ.
Freestyle DJ. Select your track.
There's a few of these. I'm not sure if it's actually
Ready,
supposed to
go.
be this weird. I didn't actually want to choose that track, it just auto did that for me.
Select your music studio. Repeat the beat. Music, restart, music, restart.
So I'll select a track of my own that I want to change. This one.
Ready, go.
So what you can do, first of all, is mute all the tracks and add them in one by one. So loop the top left controls this. Loop right controls these two. Loop bottom left controls these two. And then bottom right is that one. Okay. And then you have the sounds. The top left and top right, or that one. Bottom left and bottom left and top left is that. Top left and bottom right is air. Bottom left and top right is that. Top right and bottom right is that. Oh, it changed things. It changed instruments. Is that supposed to happen? And then, bottom left and bottom right is that sound. Okay, so that's Freestyle DJ. So these are the different games that the Loopz has to offer. There's quite a lot, and I can see myself trying more, beating Repeat the Beat especially. I kind of want to do that. I'll do it eventually. Reflex Master 75 is my high score for now. Still stuck at level 3, level 2. I mean, one last thing I want to show you is...
Music Freestyle, the Reflex Master. Music.
I'm going to go back into Reflex Master.
Reflex Master. Ref 1, player.
And I'm going to do something weird.
Level 1, ready,
I'm going to play a level. Okay, I think I'm back on track now. There we go.
Way to go. 41 hits.
Okay, now I'm going to go into
Music Studio,
and instead of selecting it, I'm going to press the bottom button twice.
Select your instrument.
What that's going to do is ask me to select an instrument but not play the select sound, and then when I press the select sound,
ready, go.
The music still stays, or at least a part of it does, which is the first sign that something's going wrong. But then when I start to play, this is a DJ sound that you find in one of the tracks. Let me see if I can find it.
Select your Music Studio. Freestyle DJ.
It's in
Select
somewhere.
Your track.
Just a minute, I'm gonna find it. Oh, this one's the Reflex Master one. Except it has more tracks.
Ready, go.
That's not what I wanted.
Select your game. Music Freestyle DJ. Select your track.
No. Oh, there it is. You just heard that sound? Come on, is it gonna do it? I think you just missed it. That did is what I was referring to. It was just lower pitch. So it's a little bit broken. If you do certain things and then do the music studio by pressing the button twice, it can do things, as well as
Select your game, Music Studio.
this can also be done with Freestyle DJ.
Music Freestyle DJ.
So if I do a double tap on the button now,
Select your track. Ready, go.
I can actually turn the tracks off of this. So yeah, and then when the music loops, it's going to change back to the one that was before, like this. Yeah, like that. It goes back to the previous one.
Select your game.
So yeah, that was the Loopz by Mattel. There's a few interesting things that you can do with this. Messing around with the music studio is one of them. I've heard that this does a few really interesting things on low batteries. I wonder what those are. But yeah, I will come back to this at some point. And of course, I do like the music on this quite a bit. And this does turn itself off after a while, but you can also hold the top button, which will do that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this part, and game number 4, which is going to be the last episode of this, has already been pre-recorded. I hope that it's actually going to go through, because it was been recorded on my watch, and it hasn't synced yet, because it's quite long. As long as this video turned out to be. Maybe a little bit shorter, I'm not sure, actually. But if it didn't turn out like anything, if it didn't sync, I can always just re-record it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys then.
Cellular, 404 bars, signal set. Pause, button.